Yeah, my final thoughts. I have a bit of a pessimistic view of dating in general. Like, and even you being like a match or what, like a dating coach. Like those apps, I just saw a video recently. Those apps aren't meant to even help people get on dates. Like they're meant to keep you on there because if two people meet and have a successful relationship, the app loses business. So they're incentivized to keep your lonely ass on there, swiping for more people. And they strategically will put ugly ones in there and then put a cute one in there, knowing that,
intermittent reinforcement.
There you go. You get it. You know how the apps work.
Hinge is a bit better about it, but you need to be very intentional to like actually take advantage of their whole design to be deleted thing.
And I just think about how, back in the olden days, like just dating was simpler. When your parents met, it was simpler. There was no, like all the girls here have gotten 100 times more like attention than I get, and I have millions of followers. So it's like, how does a normal guy even compete in this dating market? You can't. Like, if a regular girl's getting 50 to 100 DMs, approaches, whatever, how do you even stand a chance? So I feel really bad for the majority of men who don't have a lot of success in the dating pool. And I don't know what the solution is. I feel like you just have to level up the best you can, appearance-wise, financial-wise, everything, because the competition is like, it's crazy.
I mean, can I comment on that? I agree and disagree because none of the messages that I ever receive, I ever respond to. I would only, for myself, I would only pursue a man who is pursuing me in person and making an effort, like appearance-wise, shows me that he has ambition, etc. But there's a lack of that.
Can we get a posture check from you? And I feel like you're slouching.
Oh,
and
yes,
I'm looking out.
My thing keeps.
I'm looking out for you. It's all good.
Your booster.
My booster seat keeps slipping. Okay, I don't know what I was saying.
No, I see what you're saying. Like, you specifically won't answer DMs. I'm not sure if most girls behave like that. I think most girls will answer certain DMs from certain guys, but it's just like, how do you compete with, I know like y'all are getting blue checks and athletes and like some really top tier guys. How does a regular dude even get close to that? Like, you can't.
They don't.
You don't. And then they end up, hey, can I pay $2,000 to kick me in the nuts? Like,
I have seen statistics. Like, I've done thorough just like checks to make sure it's from actual studies, and then asking men I know, asking my like ex when we were still together, men are not having sex these days. Whereas every girl I know, if she isn't celibate, she has had sex whenever she wants to. And it is a serious topic that I considered sending beforehand, but then I was like,
Yeah.
So you're right.
So it's kind of a weird, dire situation.
Send the asteroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the solution is.
And we're in this era of like hating on men, and I'm like, damn, I think men need the most help now more than ever.
But they also need each other supporting them.
Ryan, keep going, Ryan.
I don't have too much more to go on that, but there's this gender war going on. It's like, whoa, like there's so many men. I mean, you hear the stories of kick me and spit on me, and I'll pay you $100 just to speak to me. Like, how incredibly sad is that? I don't know if y'all could even fathom having to pay someone $100 just to speak to you, and here we are, misogynist, toxic, this and that. And like, that's why I like to try to, I don't know, root for guys. Like, nobody's here to help men at all, and it's cool to.
I'm literally helping men.
Well, I appreciate that.
I agree, and there's a lot of very nice, good guys who just get overwhelmed from what I've observed from the whole alpha male podcast thing, like Fresh and Fit, which I never heard of until yesterday. And that's why I think it's important for, panels like this, people showing that it's okay to have your view. If you're only getting one match a week, that's okay. Because like I mentioned earlier, it just takes one person if you want to be in a relationship, unless you're into poly.
And I know you have to go, but I did have one question for you. Sorry to string this on a little longer, Brian. Have you ever told your male clients to be an asshole to girls?
I never to be a dick. What typically happens though is they are scared of being seen as predatory or douchey, so they end up never even asking a girl out. So what I have done for most of them actually is say, like, you don't need to ask her 5 questions in a row to try to seem like you're interested, it's okay to like she's dating you too. So you do need to talk about yourself. But I've never I attract very nice clients who feel awkward. Never tell them to be douchey. The most I've done is say, try to be a little bit more cool and maybe don't text her back 1 minute later at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I was
like, don't be desperate,
No, but I get what you're
don't be a
saying,
douche.
'cause
I
it happens a
I
lot
like
where
this.
women aren't attracted to nice
Yeah.
men. They would rather be treated like crap.
To desperate men, I would.
Yes. Yeah.
You
And
were
a
gonna
lot
say
of times
something?
nice guys.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah.
You like dicks? Is that what you said?
That's what I heard.
I heard I like dick. Like
No, like, kind of like when guys kind of don't give you as much attention and like stuff like that. It kind of makes me want to like chase them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
it's
what-
about the chase.
Yeah.
And if I'm not chasing
No, but-
you,
but,
it's
like-
But that's like
I hate the
maturity versus
chase.
immaturity. Like, you probably aren't going to find a husband if you're dating like that. But at 18,
I'm not
you
dating
don't,
like
and
that,
at
like-
18, you don't need a husband.
Like if
don't
guys
want one.
don't do that, that's not like a break point for me. I'm just saying like
if he's
us-
simping after you, probably won't take him seriously.
no,
right?
I would for sure. I've done that with a lot of guys, but
Aw.
I mean, isn't that pretty common? Like girls like
Yeah.
guys who are assholes.
I think it's
Yes.
kind
It's
of.
pretty-
I feel like
pretty
a
common.
lot of people
I
do that. Like
don't.
it's the chase. You know what I mean?
I like
Yeah.
when my man is like obsessed with me. I like when my man is respectful and not an asshole.
Mm.
Yeah.
like I just know growing up, I was the nice guy and never got anything. And then even me and my guy friends would be like, I said this to this girl and she loved it. And I'm like, why do they like being mistreated or whatever? And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a villain, but I got turned into a villain. So sorry.
I think
Oh,
that
you-
depends on the women that you
Yeah,
want to
or
be with.
select women differently. It's a trauma cycle.
So you're saying the women that I'm speaking to specifically are the ones that are into that, and there's girls that are.
You attract
Yes.
what you put out, or you attract the inverse of it. So like my most long-term client, he used to just go on dates with the strangest woman. Like one of them, she was like, yeah, I like to decapitate dead animals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that's
But
The woman said that.
Yes, it was. He used to attract very strange. He also lives in like a rural area, but that's when he was being a nice guy. But in reality, he wasn't being nice. He was letting himself be stepped on.
By letting her
Yeah,
decapitate
it's like-
animals.
No, like he would just date strange women. So I think if you're dating
That's some psycho.
desperate or
Legit
traumatized
psycho.
or hurt woman,
Dahmer shit.
then you just aren't selecting who you're dating. Like, I'm not at a place to be dating someone for the rest of my life. I don't want a husband. I'm not ready for that. Therefore, the dudes who are carrying themselves in such a way that they want that type of commitment should not be trying to talk to me, because when I say, oh yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow, so let's reschedule our date, like, I'm not. Basically, reevaluate who you're attracting, and if you feel like you have to be a douche to get them to like you, maybe don't go for them.
Yeah, well, I would
Does
say
that make sense?
I completely understand your viewpoint. I didn't attract any, like, being nice attracted nobody. Being not nice attracts people. Like,
Fair enough
Which is
observation.
crazy.
so it's like, but I'm
Well,
just
do
speaking
you
from my
want a
perspective
busy
as a
love
guy.
life or a very, like, I think it's very fair to want to just go on a bunch of dates, get a bunch of action, and if being not douchey but a little bit less attentive, I think that's super valid. And like, I have, not for very long, but I've worked with some men who want just casual dating, and then it's a few little tweaks and then boom, they get it. And that's valid. But if you want wifey, would wifey accept that behavior?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, and
it's
I'm
all
at
about
a
your intentions.
I'm at a point where I don't have to act anyway. I've just the way I am. I'm able to weed through. Yeah, I definitely don't have to put
Read
on
through
like
your
a.
thousands of DMs.
I have to weed through them all. Nah, it's I've gotten to a better spot, but I remember being like a senior in high school, and it was like
I was also gonna say I feel like the younger crowd of women are more into that.
Yes.
Like a little
Yes.
like
As evidenced by
a little
Mature,
more
older
mature
women that, like,
nicer
they want men that
guys.
take care of
Yeah,
them and
exactly.
want to